Much. Good evening to everyone. I'm sorry to interrupt the discussion. I promise the program will be very short. My name is Carol Peasley, and I'm the CEO of CEDPA, the Center for Development and Population Activities. I would like to offer a warm welcome to all of you. I recognize many faces here, but there are also a number of new people whom I've not met, and I know that we do have representatives from a number of different embassies, and I may not get them all, but I believe I met representatives from the Uganda embassy, from the Ghana embassy, and Uganda, I'm sorry, yeah. Oh, yes, in Angola, I'm sorry. But we're very pleased that you are here, and thank you very much for coming. We know that all of you who are here this evening are here because of your strong commitment to women's economic empowerment. We also know that you recognize how important it is to invest in women, and that doing so will be a catalyst to expanded economic growth, to poverty reduction, and to stronger, more vibrant families and communities. I would actually like to talk about this at great length and could go on for much of the evening, but we've promised not to do that tonight. That the main purpose is to provide an opportunity for you all to talk to the fantastic women who are here this evening. So I will try to control my urge to talk, but there's a little bit more. As most of you know, CEDPA has worked to strengthen the capacity of women managers and leaders since the late 1970s. Since 2005, we have been honored to have a ExxonMobil Foundation as an exceptional partner in supporting our Global Women in Management program, or GWIM as we call it. Thanks to their generous support, we have over 500 alumni from countries around the world, and countries as diverse as Argentina and Equatorial Guinea, Egypt and Kazakhstan, and Angola and Papua New Guinea, and almost any country in between. All of these alumni are working hard to improve their local economies and also working hard to build a new generation of women leaders in their countries. To tell you a bit more about the ExxonMobil Foundation's Women Economic Opportunity Initiative, I'd like to introduce Beth Snyder, the Major Program Officer for the initiative and a great friend of CEDPA. So thank you, Beth.
Thanks, Carol. It's great to be here tonight with all of you, and especially our women that we're honoring as part of the Global Women in Management program. CEDPA has been an exceptional partner, and because of their expertise and commitment to the Global Women in Management program, it is internationally recognized. And more importantly, CEDPA and the GWIM program has helped to strengthen the impact that ExxonMobil has been able to make in the communities where we operate. And we're honored to be part of this event tonight. So thank you, women, 25 of you from 19 different countries. Can I ask you to each stand if you're participating in the program so that we can recognize you? Thank you. Thank you. And know that while your backgrounds are diverse, you share something in common, a commitment to strengthening community organizations and fostering the next generation of women leaders in your countries and where you live. At ExxonMobil, we understand that the incredible impact associated with investing in women and the returns are broad and multidimensional. An investment in women is also an investment in their family, their community. The outcomes are a more stable, healthy, well-educated community that are both good for society and good for business. We hardly agree with CEDPA's motto, when women move forward, the world moves forward. moves with them, excuse me. I need to get that part right. So it's with that in mind that we launched this initiative in 2005, and we have literally traveled the globe. Once a year, though, we do get back to DC to truly make it a global women in management program. But I've had the honor and privilege to go to Saudi Arabia, and we've held the program in UAE, and we're headed to Indonesia in September, and Africa and Abuja, Nigeria last year. And so it's just tremendous that everywhere we are, we look for the opportunity to hold a GWIM. And so we thank you for coming together tonight. And those of you who are our guests, please get to know these women. I mean, they are the pillars of their community. They were selected by CEDPA for their outstanding accomplishments to date. And we know that we have a chance just to make just a small additional investment in the wonderful legacy that they have and what they're doing back in their countries. So thank you, enjoy, and make the most of tonight. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Beth. We are really very lucky to have you and ExxonMobil as partners, and I hope you know what a difference you're making to the lives of women and girls around the world, so thank you. As Beth said, there are 25 extraordinary women here from 19 different countries, and at the end of this week, they will become CEDPA alumni, joining a long list of women and a few men, we need to be fair, who have attended CEDPA workshops over the past 37 years. They have been here in Washington, D.C. for 4 weeks, working very hard in exploring the ins and outs of leadership, of economic development, uses of technology, program and NGO management, and numerous other topics during this GWIM 56 workshop. These extraordinary women represent a wide array of different kinds of work, from helping earthquake victims in China find new livelihoods, to training rural women in Uganda in environmentally sustainable microenterprise development, to encouraging greater corporate philanthropy in the Russian Federation. I wish you could hear directly from all of them. I wish they could all come up here and speak tonight. I know you'd be inspired by the work that they do and by the success stories that they have to share. But don't panic. We're not going to ask everyone to come up. I can see some fear. We will actually hear from only 2 of the participants this evening at the podium. But I do hope that you take advantage of the opportunity at your tables to get to know each of these very extraordinary women. And I hope you engage in some very serious discussion and challenge one another a bit. If we can do that, I know that we will all benefit and we will all learn. But before you dive into those discussions, I'd like to give you a taste of what to expect. Elizabeth Kariuki of Kenya and Cathy Alex of Papua New Guinea will share a few words with you. But let me first ask Elizabeth if she could come forward. She is the Executive Director of the Kenya Association of Business Owners, a national membership organization that empowers women in business. And she will tell you a bit more about herself and the work that she's doing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to start by saluting CEDPA for imparting invaluable knowledge and enhancing the skills of the 25 of us that have participated in this program. The impact of the program will definitely be reflected in how we conduct our programs once we go back to our countries. I speak to you this evening on behalf of the Kenya Association of Women Business Owners, which is a membership-based association based in Kenya, and that empowers women in business to grow and excel. We build the capacity of women to do business and assist them to access requisite networks to build sustainable businesses of stature and excellence. In a highly competitive business environment riddled by huge challenges of doing business, we at CAWBO realize the importance of providing a springboard that helps women move their businesses higher up the value chain, that elevates their businesses from SMEs to future corporations, from economic actors to economic drivers. While years of advocacy and lobbying has delivered substantial improvements of business-related laws in Kenya, we have the confidence that more can be done if we continuously persist in fearlessly challenging laws and regulations that inhibit growth of SMEs, working with concert with government and enhancing the effectiveness of women in doing business. Today, 4 years since inception, we rejoice in the growth of our members, both at a personal level and at a business level. Allow me to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Zora Baraka, one of our members. She's been a member with us since 2008. Zora, together with her husband, began a handicraft business in Kenya in 2008. At the time, the handicraft sector was not well developed. Today, Zora feels that joining the association is one of the best decisions that she ever made. She not only got the business networks that she so much sought for, but given the exposure that the organization has given her, she's been able to tap into new markets for her products. One of the places she sells is right here in TJ Maxx. Please make a visit the next time you go there and buy her products. What began as a cottage business has now transformed into an ISO certified company. She's ISO certified, and she sells various types of handicraft products, ranging from soapstone, wood carvings, batiks, toys, musical instruments, name it. Muhazo Example Limited, as is now known, can be found in Kenya, and as I said earlier, USA, Tanzania, Japan, China, and other countries. The company recently established a factory and a gallery which displays the handicrafts and serves as a focal point for local sales and international exporters. Her success as an exporter teaches us one thing, that an innovative approach and perspective of African crafts combined with the benefits of strategic partnerships and an increasingly globalized economy can lead to a lucrative business. A winner of the International Finance Corporation, she's many things, Jitihada Business Plan Competition in 2010. Zora is also an alumnus of the much coveted African Women Entrepreneurship Program, which is organized by the US Department of State and under various agencies that work with it. Do we all have the capacity to create similar success stories in our country? All of us that participated in this program? The answer is a resounding yes. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the Center for Development and Private Enterprises, CEDPA, which certainly believes in the cause of women economic empowerment enough to develop programs such as GWIM and other excellent programs that it's running. I also wish to thank ExxonMobil. Actually, much of the work that we've been able to do in Kenya is a result of the ExxonMobil funds that we've gotten through Vital Voices that has also invested a lot in women economic empowerment in various countries. Much of the work that many of us seated here today do will not be possible without the support of non-state actors such as ExxonMobil and CEDPA. I just wish to leave you with one of the quotes from The Economist in 2006. Many people like reflecting on this particular quote, and they said, "Forget China, forget India, forget the internet. Economic growth is driven by women." Let's invest in women and improve the world. Thank you for listening to me, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. We can see that the business women in Kenya are very lucky to have you as one of their leaders. I can't help adding that I worked in Malawi for a number of years and worked in the early days with Joyce Banda when she created the Malawi Business Women's Association, and Joyce she's now the president of Malawi. So Elizabeth, we're counting on you to use this platform for great things. And now I'd like to ask Cathy Alex if she could come up. Cathy is the Senior Sustainable Livelihood Program Officer at the Community Development Initiative Foundation, or CDI. And CDI focuses on education, public health, and sustainable livelihood training in rural communities of Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Hanua Boinamona. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a honor and a great privilege for me, Cathy Alex, from Community Development Initiative Foundation Trust Fund, a national NGO in Papua New Guinea, to be speaking, representing the many rural and the marginalized women of developing countries, and especially Papua New Guinea. In early 1997, UNICEF conducted a study on children, women, and families in PNG and found out that traditional women in most Papua New Guinean societies are producers and the men the trans actors. In most of these cultures, women were responsible for the products while the men handled the money. Today, some women are handling both, but their status hasn't changed. Men are even more dominant. Usually that kind of situation is rooted in the general society's norm that any girl or a woman belongs to a little home, a garden, or the sago palm swamp. This perception is one of the many challenges that she faces, with other challenges that come with the lack of proper roads, communication, health, and education that rural marginalized women and girls have to overcome to advance in life. To assist women facing these challenges, CDI Foundation, through its Sustainable Livelihood Program, reaches out to empower women through providing trainings targeted at agriculture, community mobilizing, and life skills. With a high illiteracy rate among the women in the petroleum-impacted communities, having access to information poses a great challenge to them. I see myself as a catalyst trying to make that very important connection. I will give you a success story of my experience working with a women's group called Sembriki Polopa Women's Voice. We assisted them in managing and implementing a GWIM-funded vegetable project in 2010. Sao is a remote village in Sembriki of Southern Islands Province. Lydia, a GWIM 54 alumni and a native of Sao, understood the challenges women face in the traditional society firsthand. She overcame the obstacle and got an education. Hoping to help her sisters, she began a project that would enable the association to have a source of income, growing vegetables for local catering companies. From just a half hectare of a vegetable plot, and despite the doubts of the many villagers, the project was successful, and landing a contract with one of the petroleum project camps catering companies who were very impressed with their product. The association's membership increased and gained the support of a prominent leader who purchased more seedling production materials. The association's central nursery still cannot meet the growing seedling demand from the community. We are now in the process of expanding the project to neighboring villages. If a rural women's association is gaining recognition within its male-dominated community, if an income source is now provided to the many rural people from just a $7,125 GWIM funding, if an alumni of a GWIM 54 is now so empowered to extend a half-hectare demonstration plot to even a bigger garden, this is real positive change. It doesn't take much to create a great impact for the marginalized rural women and to advance their economic development. I sincerely would like to thank ExxonMobil Foundation Women's Economic Opportunity Initiative. You are applauded here for the funding of this great initiative. Your money is literally changing societies. Sincere appreciation also goes to the 24 passionate women leaders from the 19 countries who have attended GWIM 56 for making the 4 weeks of training full of fun, learning, and most of all, creating this great network across the globe for us all to make the difference while we are alive on this planet Earth. Finally, but not the least, to Center for Development and Population Activities. You have a true heart for women to be the change agents in the developing world. You have shown this through equipping us with the much needed and the right skills to make the difference, and for this we salute you. In closing, I'd like to leave with you a famous quote from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Cathy. Once again, you have reminded us why we all love Papua New Guinea and have so much respect for the work that you and many other women are doing there in overcoming incredible constraints. So we are all with you in spirit and wish you well. Well, this gives you a taste of what extraordinary women we have had. These are 25 wonderful women. We encourage you all to engage in discussion. One of the main purposes of this evening is to help create networks and to provide opportunities for these extraordinary women to meet all of you and to have contacts and relationships which they can build on and that you all can build on as well. So we, as Beth said, we always say at CEDPA, when women move forward, the world moves with them. And I loved on the slideshow, it said, we hope that the rest of us can keep up with these 25 remarkable women when they are moving forward. And I think that is really the final word for the evening. Other than thank you and have a wonderful dinner and discussion. Thanks a lot.